Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada. I hope everybody is doing awesome. Welcome Carolina, our chat moderator. Everybody will see Carolina, her name in blue. She is here to help us and give us advice and some useful tips. Welcome Din. Students, this is an IELTS speaking class. We are going to focus on the speaking section today, and the three parts of the IELTS speaking interview. Today's focus topic is work or school meetings. It's a common part of many of our lives to attend meetings with our classmates, our peers, our colleagues, coworkers, and that's what these questions will primarily focus on. This lesson is presented to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS. Visit us there. For the general IELTS, check us out at gieltshelp.com. These are our websites. They support these live classes. There are over 120 speaking interview videos included with your premium package. The academic website looks like this with this blue background. You can just click this big red button. That's just right there. It is a one-time payment. You get lifetime access. It's not a subscription model. We want you to access your materials as much or as little as you need to pass your IELTS exam. And you can use this code that I'm giving you in today's class. It's Go9 today for an extra 10% discount. And the final cost is about $30 to $50 US, depending on where you live in the world. We try to make it affordable and accessible for all people while staying competitive and viable. This is General IELTS, gieltshelp.com. Again, click that big red button and you're off to the races. You're good to go. Students, for those of you who are premium users of the website, you get 2 extra classes, Zoom classes each week. We will use Zoom today. Zoom is an app. If you don't have it, please download it. It's a very useful app. If you want to check out those premium classes, just follow this link and you will be there. Welcome Raj, Mahmood, Praneeth, Ashish. Good to have all of you with me here today. The apps are Academic IELTS Help and General IELTS Help. The apps will link to the websites. Instagram is IELTS_AEHelp and GIELTS Help. And if you have questions, just send an email, adrian@aehelp.com or admin@aehelp.com. Our goal is to help you get those band scores 6.5 and even higher, all the way up to band 9, so that you can really succeed in your school, work, travel, and enjoy life to the fullest. For those of you who are premium members, tomorrow we will have a task 2 writing class for our premium students, and we'll have a speaking class again on Zoom on Friday. Like the channel, hit the like button, smash the like button, tap the like button, whatever you want to do. Just make sure you follow us so you get access to all of these free materials, if not the paid materials. And there you go, there's a speaking video for you. Let's jump into the speaking section. Students, this is speaking. So try not to just listen. Listening is a good start. It's the first half of speaking. But also try to speak and repeat. So copy what I say, copy how I say it as much as you can. Repetition is a good way to practice in these classes for sure. Mickey, this is probably not the first day of these classes, but all good, you're here. Ghazi, thank you for that super chat donation. Cheers to your coffee mug from my coffee mug. Nice to have you in the class today. All right, so speaking, everybody. Again, I will always remind you, go early, 1 hour before the start time. use your English. Okay, super important. You need to make sure your brain is switched on into English before the beginning of the speaking interview. Now, 20 minutes before you will register for the speaking, you will meet with your examiner, quite often face-to-face. If you have the chance, definitely face-to-face is good. If you're doing the computer-based, that's okay too. Just remember, for those of you who are doing the computer-based, you need to be even more vocal, okay? So be extra vocal when doing the computer-based exam. Speaking, because the computer is a filter, so there is less affect. Okay, and you want affect. You want to appear energetic. You want to appear confident. And so for the computer-based version, you want to put in a little bit of extra, just because the computer kind of mutes or kind of decreases the level of energy that your examiner is feeling. Okay, so extra effort for those of you doing the computer-based. Then the examiner will say, welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. We are conducting the exam in Victoria. The time is 6:38. Let's begin. May I see your identification, please? Students, full sentences. I taught a class the other day and people really were speaking way too short of sentences for the speaking. So full professional or formal sentences for the introduction. Okay. Really important. You want to show the examiner that you know that this is a formal exam. It's standard. It's implemented around the world, and it's not just a casual chat. You can use casual English in some parts, but you need to show that you understand the exam, that this is a professional setting, just like a formal job interview, let's say. Okay, so may I see your identification? Ashish, idioms are not that important. I'm looking at the chat. Ashish says I was only able to use 5 idioms. That doesn't matter. 5 idioms, you can still get a band 9. It's not about using idioms. It's about giving good answers. So may I see your identification? A good answer is yes, of course. Here is my passport that I had used to register and check in. Please take a look. Okay, so that would be a good answer. Again, students, repeat after me. May I see your identification, please? Students, repeat questions, not just answers. Very important. Repeat the questions as well. Yes, of course. Here's my passport that I had used to register and check in. Please take a look. Full sentence, professional. Okay, resilient learner. Sure, here you go. Not professional. It's not a strong start. Yeah, it's okay. They'll accept it. Are you starting a band 9? Is the examiner feeling that this is a band 9 coming up? No. Sure, here you go. It's too short. Does not reflect the professional nature of the interview. Okay. Sure, here you go is what I say to my friend. It's what I say to my pal, my buddy. It's not what I say to an examiner. It's not what I say to a professional. Okay. So this is just too short. Okay. You need to provide a full sentence. Okay. If you say, sure, here you go, the examiner's thinking, okay, here we go again. Short answers, weird answers. Template answers coming up. Okay, so you need to be expressive. That would be if I had to make a song for the speaking section to teach everybody. My song, my cheerleader song, would be something like "Be expressive, be expressive." Okay, that would be my cheerleader song for the IELTS speaking. Be expressive. Be expressive. Okay. And if you're saying, sure, here you go, I'd sing you that song. All right. Okay. So you definitely need to use full sentences. The examiner will ask you for your name. Give your full name. So what is your full name? No biscuit. In the computer-based exam, they don't ask for your ID, but they will ask for your name. What is your full name? You can say my given names are Jeffrey Anderson McAllister. Please call me Jeff. I just made that up, but anyway, that's your full answer. Okay. My given names are Jeffrey Anderson, and my family name is McAllister. Please call me Jeff. Okay, Archie. If you say my name is Solti Gimray, then the examiner will ask you, what should I call you? Try to preempt that question. So try to say, please call me Archie. Okay. Okay, then they will ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better, to help you feel comfortable, give full sentence answers. They'll ask you something like, where do you live? What do you like about your home? And then they'll introduce the topic of part one. So they will say something like, let's talk about flowers. If you're like, well, I don't like flowers. I don't do anything with flowers. Well, it doesn't matter. You have to speak about flowers. So never, ever go, oh, I don't know anything about flowers. So never think, I don't like flowers. I don't know anything about flowers. Okay, so never ever think that way. Think, okay, instead, here, let me star that. Instead, think, interesting. What do I know about flowers? Okay, students, what do you know about flowers? What's up with flowers? So Archie says, I hate roses, but I love sunflowers. Okay, sure. That's Archie. Anybody, what do you know about flowers? Think about that. Okay, you got to be quick. Quick thinker. Quick thinkers get high scores in the IELTS. What do you know about flowers? What's up with flowers? Think like, what do they look like? Why do people like them? What social purpose do they serve? Okay. So, yeah. Bemerit. Bemerit says they smell good. Okay, so they smell good means they have an aroma. They're fragrant. They're floral. This is directly related to flowers. Okay. They're pretty, right? Yeah, guys, he says there's different categories, there's different colors, different smells. Absolutely. Okay. So the examiner will ask you something like, how often do you buy flowers? Students, give me a nice full sentence answer for this question. So imagine the examiner says, how often do you buy flowers? Right? Okay, so there's a nice full sentence answer, and I'm looking at your answers, students. I am checking the chat here. It's all here. I'm looking at what your answers are, looking for those nice high band answers. When you get this question of how often, immediately you should think numbers. Okay, so if you think like always, sometimes, rarely, never, it's good. Those adverbs of frequency are a good start. But then also think numbers, right? Like once a week, a couple times a year. So here's my answer. Repeat after me. I buy flowers every now and again. I would say about once every couple of months for a special occasion or to surprise my wife. Last week, I bought her a beautiful white orchid. Those beautiful orchids. Right? Suresh has this answer. Suresh says, capitalize those I's. Suresh says, I often buy flowers from shops for specially rituals for women's. Okay, this is incorrect English. This would be like a band 4.5, maybe 5. Okay. All right, the correct sentence, Suresh, is I often buy flowers at least once a week because I have many special people in my life, my mom, sisters, fiance, so I like to express my affection with a nice rose. Okay. And I buy them for special occasions. Okay, so that would be your improved answer there, Suresh. I often buy flowers at least once a week because I have many special people in my life, my mom, sister, fiance, so I like to express my affection with a nice rose, and I buy them for special occasions. Okay. All right. Arun Chopra, your answer is looking like it's the right amount. Okay. Arun says, well, I usually don't purchase flowers. But whenever I want to surprise anybody that I usually give, then I usually give flowers because they are the symbol of love, as well as it also provides peace to that person. Okay. For that person. All right, not bad. That would be more closer like a band 6.57. Maybe even a 7.5. Okay, somewhere in that range. A couple of mistakes there that are a little bit awkward, but overall you're being expressive. You're using more vocabulary, which is good. Okay. All right. Then the examiner will ask you a couple more questions. The questions will get a little bit more and more difficult. And, they'll start asking you questions in the present perfect, like, have you ever received a flower from someone? Okay. Give me a nice full sentence answer for this one. Now, students, here's an important tip. Make sure to reflect the grammar of the question in your answer. If the question is present perfect, be sure to use present perfect in your response. Okay? So, again, have you ever received a flower from someone? Okay, nice. full sentence answer for that, please. The easiest way to reflect that present perfect grammar is just say, yes, I have. I have received flowers on several occasions. The last time I got a bouquet of flowers was for my high school graduation from my family to express their appreciation for all of my hard work. It was really special. Okay. So notice the present perfect. Yes, I have. I have received flowers on several occasions. Okay. So nice full sentence answers. Okay. Exit. Gajera. Good to have you in the class. Exit says, yes, I have. Nice. Okay, good. Students, capitalize your I's. It's a bad habit to use small I's for the I. You're referring to yourself. Yes, I have. When I won the cricket championship, word form, careful. Or, oh, sorry, misreading. You said competition. That's fine. Championship is better than competition or tournament, cricket tournament. Cricket is not really a competition. It's a tricky one to know when to use competition, when not to use it. Team sports are championships and tournaments. Competitions are usually when it's one-on-one, so one against one. Think about it that way. Okay. So yes, I have. When I won the cricket tournament, I received a bouquet of roses from the Prime Minister. It made me feel really special. Okay, so that's a bit better. All right, good. Students doing fantastic. Atharva, let's see what you have there. Atharva says, yes, I have received a flower from my friends. When I received flowers lastly, it was my 25th birthday. That time we had organized a party. There, my friends gave me a bouquet of tulips. Sure. Okay. Not bad. That would be like a band 7. Okay. A little bit more present perfect, a little bit more natural English would get you a higher score. Okay, but it's good. Okay. Ghazi says giving food is better than flowers. Ghazi, edible flowers. There are flowers that we can eat. They can be the same. Flowers can be food too. All right. Okay. So, then the examiner will say that is the end of part 1. We will now continue with part 2. For this part, I will show you some questions. You will have 1 minute to read these. Think about your answers. And then you will have 1 to 2 minutes to speak. Now we'll tell you when to start, when to stop. Describe a meeting you remember going to at work or school. Your 1 minute preparation time begins now. Okay, students, and then you have 60 seconds, which is not a lot of time, but it's enough time to think of a really good answer, and especially think of strategies that you need to use. So to learn all the strategies for part 2, part 3 in the speaking section, students, make sure to visit our websites, gieltshelp.com here, click that big red button, or ahelp.com, this blue one, click that big red button, and then go to your My Student account. In the IELTS, there are basically 5 different categories of Part 2 cue cards, talking about people, like talk about your best friend, talking about objects, like describe a gift that you received or an expensive item that you purchased. Then you might talk about an idea, like talk about a business plan, talk about an idea to improve your life. So you've got people, objects, ideas, places. So they might ask you to talk about a place, like describe your favorite place to go after school or work to relax. And then they might ask you to talk about events, like this topic today, talking about a meeting. So talk about a meeting that you went to that was an event, okay? In your lesson videos, you have 26 speaking interviews focusing on all 5 of those different categories, and they teach you the right strategies for each of those. Students, this one today, again, so that's at aehelp.com. So this one today is talking about an event. And when you talk about an event, okay, like going to a work or a meeting, what should you include? Exit, I do provide one-on-one interviews. You can book a one-on-one interview through the website. Okay, so when you talk about an event, like describing a meeting that you remember going to, what should you include? Okay, Ghazi says you should include the time. Yes, the time of the event. Was it yesterday? Was it last week? Was it 5 years ago? So time. What else? Location. Yes, absolutely. So where was it? It was a lunch meeting in a nice little wonton restaurant. So what's the location? So the time, the location, okay. Attendees, very good, Ghazi. Yeah, so who was there? There were 5 other people at this meeting. There was an investor who was looking to fund the project. There was also a consultant, market strategist. So who was at this meeting? Okay. Yep. Activities, very good. Yeah. So what happened, right? There were 2 speakers who presented on a couple of different topics. We also ordered a nice bowl of wonton soup, right? So what were the activities? There were a lot of questions from one of the attendees who was looking to invest $100,000 into the business idea. So what were the activities? And then the experience, right? So overall, the meeting went very well. I felt energetic and enthusiastic. We decided to kickstart the project in the next month. So what was the experience, right? So include these points: time, location, attendees, activities, experience, and you're going to be on the right track for a great score. Now, what you need to do in the IELTS is you want to take these ideas. So anytime you have an event, take these ideas and then combine them with the questions, okay? So describe a meeting you remember going to at work or school, when and where the meeting was held. That's obviously the time and the location, right? Who was at the meeting? Oh, look at that. That's the attendees. What the people at the meeting talked about. Hey, that's kind of the activities. And explain why you remember going to this meeting. That's the experience, right? You're going to discover that it's often the questions are really just asking you these points. Okay, everybody's clear? All right. And then think of a couple ideas. So maybe you had a work meeting to discuss budget. So you might think of something like a budget meeting. You might think of a project meeting, or even like a performance review meeting, like how well a person is doing at work, right? Are they doing a good job? Are they doing a so-so job? What do they need to do to improve? That's called a performance review meeting, right? So think of a few different ideas. And then after you think about a few different ideas, you take notes, and then you also think about your first sentence, right? So you go, okay, I'm going to talk about a performance review meeting. So you go, well, I attended a performance review meeting at my work 2 weeks ago for one of the clinical counselors. And then there you go. That's your first sentence. When the examiner says your 1 minute preparation time is up, please begin speaking. You can start right away. I attended a performance review meeting at my work 2 weeks ago for one of the clinical counselors. The goal of this meeting was to reflect on their job skills and effectiveness over the past 3 months of their probationary period. Okay? And of course, use your vocabulary, right? So that's how it goes. And then you talk for 1 to 2 minutes. You describe where it was. It was in a boardroom at the headquarters. The space was nice and comfortable. About a dozen chairs around a large table. Nice big bright windows. The meeting lasted for about 1 hour. Okay, so time, location, people. There were 4 people in the meeting, including myself, Jacob, the clinical counselor, another manager, Sarah, and my boss, Tim, right? Okay. So, students, you're going to have a chance to practice this, okay? So think about your answer. And volunteer to speak. Boom. We're going to do that right now with Zoom. So I've been speaking lots. I want to give you a chance to try this part 2 to speak. Okay. Here we go. Let me give you the Zoom link. It's this right here. And while you start joining, I will start the Zoom session. Okay. So this is the Zoom link here. And then you get a chance to practice. Okay. So here we go, everyone. Click on that link in the chat. And in the meantime, I will get Zoom going, and then you can volunteer to chat with me. Of course, I will also put on my headphones so I can hear you. You're welcome to use your